मन की आंखें खोल बाबा, मन की आंखें खोल, मन की आंखें खोल बाबा, मन की आंखें खोल बाबा, मन की आंखें खोल। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, 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 हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल। दुनिया क्या है एक तमाशा, 4 दिनों की झूठी आशा। दुनिया क्या है एक तमाशा, 4 दिनों की झूठी आशा। ज्ञान तराजू हाथ में लेकर, तोल सके को तोल बाबा, मन की आंखें खोल बाबा, मन की आंखें खोल। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल। मतलब की सब दुनियादारी, मतलब की है सब संसारी। जग में तेरा वो हितकारी, तन मन का सब झोले कागर। नाम प्रभु का बोल बाबा, मन की आंखें खोल बाबा, मन की आंखें खोल। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल। वाह, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Hari Bol. That when we call out on that name, the sustainer, Vishnu Bhagwan, Hari Hari Bol, then he will come to our rescue. But when we call that Hari Hari Bol, we are also calling a name of Krishna. We're calling a name of Bhagwan Sri Ram. We're calling a name of the Buddha. And these are all coming in our presence here this morning. How beautiful it is that we are in this beautiful place. Let's do adorations to Surya Narayan. Om Bharar Bhavaswaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bharar Bhavaswaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhura Bhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Adorations to Surya Narayan. That planet that is in the center of all the Navgrahas, the 9 planets, including our Mother Earth, the one that keeps all the sun, that is keeping all the other planets in its orbit and nourishing them with heat and warmth. The heat that would keep us alive, the heat that is causing our food to be digested, the heat that is giving plants their life so they could make food, they could take the light and the chlorophyll and they make food for us. This is the food chain, and everyone in the food chain depends on this food, this light. So this morning, welcome to Mandir again. And it's such a beautiful thing to be with you. And it's a beautiful day here in Jamaica, Queens, New York. And I just want to tell you that blessings are flowing. It's already flowing. It's always flowing. You just have to be, you got to be ready to receive it. And when you receive it, what you'll be, Asatoma Satgamaya, Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya abhiravi mahidi. Let this light remove all the darkness of ignorance, and let that knowledge flow through. This is what our prayers will be here for this morning. And as we start this day in a prayerful way, we are here to lift ourselves to that higher plane of existence. We want to return to where we came from. We want to see the illusion of the lower nature of consciousness. Bhumi rapo analo vayu kamano buddhirevacha ahankariti yanme binna prakriti ashtadam. Oh, Arjuna, I am the five elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. I am the mind, I'm the intellect, I'm the ego. These 8 things make up my lower nature. But Arjuna, these are my creation. And here we're seeing the 5 elements again. I like to bring that to your attention. We're seeing these 5 elements, and they are in us. Let us worship them, because, this is our murtis. Krishna Bhagavan is explaining in one verse, chapter 9, verse 25, and he's talking that people worship me in different ways. And he's talking, they worship me in the devas and devis, the murtis. But those who worship those devas and devis, they go to those devas and devis, but realize, Arjuna, they are not liberated. Mother Saraswati, Mother Lakshmi, Ganeshji, and all of we ask for things in our lives, Hanumanji, that they are still in that human form to be evolved, to be perfection like me. So you worship them, know that there's something higher than that. How beautiful the water is, the sun is reflecting in the water there. Isn't that so great? It's coming from the sky, and 2 places we're seeing it, in the water and in the sky. What a beautiful morning here. So Arjuna, yes. So this is our ritualistic Hinduism. And we have to do, as we evolve, we come through like a schooling, and the murtip or murtis is part of the schooling. But when you come into like a guru of the caliber of Swami Parameshananda ji, who is the manifestation of consciousness and coming as the incarnation of Lord Shiva, because we can relate to God when he has a name and when he have a form, but when he's without that name and form. And when Krishna Bhagavan was talking about himself, that you come to me directly, he was not talking about the murti. He was talking about come to me directly. And what he was talking about, become consciousness, return to where you came from. And this is what he was saying again, this sloka. And he says, those who worship the mains, the pitris, and we had pitri puja going on, ancestor worship, and everybody was throwing the milk and the teal enough, for the welfare of pitris. But remember that if we worship them, we want to go to them. This is our desire, and we'll end up going to them, because we have that attachment and love to the grandparents and parents who have passed on. And that attachment is driving us to do these Pitri Puja. But really, for like a sannyas, for myself, we have gone beyond that. The evolution process has gone beyond the rituals, and it's gone beyond worshipping mains, and go beyond worshipping the devas and the devis, and else also going beyond worshiping the Bhutas. So Krishna Bhagavan is saying, if you worship the Bhutas, you'll go to the Bhutas, and you'll get spiritual powers. But that is all to be displayed in the mundane world, that keep you, they sustain and continue the bondage to the mundane world. So we don't want that. Krishna Bhagavan says, come to me directly. that those who worship me will come to me directly, and the cycle of birth and death will be over. And how beautiful that this morning we want to bring that to us, our presence. And we see the birds are coming in. Look, they are. How beautiful they are, aren't they? The birds have just landed there, and they'll be having their food, and they'll be congregating. And anyway, but look at this water here. Does this exhilarate you? Don't you remove all the ignorance of darkness? That it lifts you up to that stage where, you're free, that joy and bliss is coming, and all that sorrow and suffering has been eliminated. This morning, I want to bring that message, and it's a powerful message. Go directly. And the way to do that is to worship Krishna Bhagwan without name and form. For us at Swami Bharat SEVASHRAM saying, Swami Parameshananda ji, he is the manifestation of our consciousness, and that powerful guru. And for me, he has taken me out of this bondage of mundane world, and he's sustaining me. Struggle is there to keep me in that high plane of consciousness. But you know, the struggle for a sadhu's life, struggle is something that is welcome. And this morning I want to bring that presence. Look at this, the presence of the gods and goddesses within our here. And let us close with this bhajan. Om Namo Sri Bhagavate Pranavaya. 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 Tum hi Brahma Vishnu, tum hi Maheshwara, Devadi Deva Mahadevaya Namah. Tum hi Brahma Vishnu, tum hi Maheshwara, Devadi Deva Mahadevaya Namah. Om Namo Sri Bhagavate Pranavaya. Om Namo Sri Bhagavate Pranavaya. Namo Namah, Namo Namah, Namo Namah, Namo Namah. Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namo Namah. Om Namo Sri Bhagavate Pranavaya. Om Namo Sri Bhagavate Pranavaya. Tumi Harihara, He Trishuladhari, Tumi Bholanatha Prabhu Krishna Murari, Niti Navarupa Eso Pranavananda, Eshur Hidhay Murchiro Ananda. Om Namo Sri Bhagavate Pranavaya. Om Namo Sri Bhagavate Pranavaya. Om Namo Sri Bhagavate Pranavaya. This is my lingam. This is my embodiment of creation. The fountain, that vibrant fountain. And the wind is blowing. Look at how the wind is blowing. Nice cool breeze as we look at the fountain. And so invigorating. Because Krishna Bhagavan would have said, I'm the brilliance in the sun, the taste in the water. I am everything. And this morning, let us keep in mind that our prayer should be, let us go directly to the God. Let us not go, because the deities, the gods and goddesses are ambassadors of Krishna Bhagavan, the God without name and form. Let us also lift ourselves to that place where we wouldn't have the name and form. We would have returned over from where we came from. And this morning, blessings are flowing to you. Have no fear. Take yourself out of that sorrow and misery. Lift yourself permanently and sustain yourself at that level of consciousness. Let us do some japam. Om Sri Guru Shivaya Namaha. Om Sri Guru Shivaya Namaha. Om Sri Guru Shivaya Namah. 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 Well, aren't you feeling good? Because why? You are in the midst of the murtis, this mandir that has no walls, mandir has no ceilings. This mandir of the five murtis, air, water, fire, and space. And the murti, this mandir, that is the lower nature of God. And in us, there are these murtis, and in us also, God without name and form. We are already what we want to be. We just have to rediscover it. Let us have a mind that is open to anything and attached to nothing. Blessings on this beautiful day. Hari Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. Bolo Sisi Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Adorations to the Christ, the Buddha, Lord Shiva, Mother Durga, Swami Parameshananda, Lord Krishna, and all the deities. Glorify the God of your choice. Hari Om Shanti, Hari Om.